Hi, my honeys. I'm as excited as always to be here with you again. Welcome. If this is your first connection, I am just Melissa, and this is Empower Empire, your channel for all things personal power. I am your number one go-to girl for power pointers in all the various realms of your life: personal, partnership, professional, and purpose. It is my express intention to assist in lovingly empowering you to facilitate more of your healing and release, and to let you know exactly who you are. And in this pursuit, I am your new YouTube bestie, your favorite guide to a more empowered experience that is brilliant, sparkly, and beautiful. And I want nothing less than to share in your rise. Let's explore today's topic. Hi, my honeys. Experts online, the dangers. This is today's topic. The waters of the online wellness, personal growth, and mind power spaces have become very, very muddied, my honeys. I want to chat to you a little today about what in particular you could potentially look out for and be wary of in terms of the people that you follow and whose advice you listen to. The first class of less than ideal teachers in these fields are the self-styled experts, who are not only not qualified, but they also have very little knowledge or any actual experience about the material that they're attempting to teach. Very little understanding of their chosen topic. Just enough perhaps to sound okayish, but not enough to know when they're wrong. As they say, the most dangerous kind of knowledge is a little bit of knowledge. They're usually well-intentioned, but they're clueless or deceived themselves. And so now they're going to attempt to guide you. Please investigate everything that any online personality tells you, my honeys, myself included. Never stop thinking for yourself, reaching your own conclusions, and most importantly, trusting your own heart about what really resonates for you. The second class are the regurgitators. The ones who really have nothing remotely original to say, no personal insight or interpretation, and very little, if any, experience. Never mind any success with whatever the material at hand is. They're usually just opportunistic, sometimes driven by gain and greed. And while they're generally harmless, their cut and paste advice will very rarely be powerful or in any way beneficial to you. At best, it's a waste of your time and your attention, and at worst, may actually be counterproductive to your own empowerment. The final class are the truly dangerous ones that I can't warn you against strongly enough. These are the charming narcissists, convincing and conniving, but ultimately just hollow. And you can pick that up, my honeys, if your radar is attuned. Their psychopathic counterparts are even worse, though. Cold and malevolent. They disguise themselves as deep and wise and even otherworldly. They pedestalize themselves and they expect the same from you. They are the font, in their own opinion, of all possible knowledge. They are the wisest of the wise. And you'd better not question them, ever, or look to anyone else or any other source for guidance and advice. These are the gurus, the cult leaders. Activate your intuition, my honeys. And in this realm and regard, it's always better to err on the side of safe rather than sorry. No truth is ever original to the speaker of it, because truth is timeless, ageless, and immortal. It's eternal. We can receive new insights, broader perspectives, fresh understandings, and indeed we do, all the time. But we should always, always, always give credit where it's due. You know, it's just so much more authentic to say, you know what, I heard so-and-so talking about such and such, and it inspired me to blah, blah, blah. You know, look for that at least. Look for that at least. But then also ask yourself, does this person appear to successfully practice what they espouse? If I'm teaching you about abundance and success, for example, how successful and well off am I? What have I actually achieved? This can be very hard to actually know about someone, especially someone online. But the thing is, there will be signs, always. So in the example that I've used, if I am truly so wealthy and so successful, and I genuinely desire for you to be too, then surely I don't need to charge you $6,000 for my course on success. I may indeed value it at that, and it may indeed be worth that. But I could charge you, I don't know, 600 maybe? Wouldn't that be more reasonable? That also goes to show that my intentions are true, and like I don't need the money. And also true wealth doesn't manifest without generosity in my experience. And there are always signs of generosity, provably. Look for those. And you know, then you get the medical experts, the ones who claim to have some wonder product, or even worse, the cure, with no backup, anecdotal stories perhaps, but no backup. And then they prey on the most vulnerable, the sick and the dying. There are people who claim to cure cancer. Cancer, I tell you. And so people turn away from treatment that actually works, treatment that's life-saving, in order to try, I don't know, eating 16 kilograms a day of kale or something. When a very simple Google search would show you that while this particular diet is very beneficial, yes, and it can go a very long way towards preventing disease in the first place, it does not and it cannot cure illness, demonstrably and provably so. And then there's the whole brigade that condemn Western medicine, labeling them the cut, burn, and poison brigade. That's a big red flag, my honeys. Big red flag. And then you get the doctors who present themselves online. Actual doctors. But they claim to know everything, about every condition and every disease. And then you find out the guy's actually a chiropractor. Listen to him about your back, sure. You could learn a few things. But why would he know everything about anything else? And then you get the straight up frauds and liars. Straight up frauds and liars. Like the girl about 10 years ago who claimed to have a terminal brain tumor that she was healing with lifestyle changes alone. She never had cancer at all. It was a complete lie. It made me very nervous to tell my story as true as it is, because she's literally a murderer. She gave false hope to the sick, the dying, who chose to follow her method instead and turned away from treatment that could potentially have helped them and died because of it. It's culpable homicide at the very least. At the very least. And then you have the passionate believers in dangerous practices. Practices that aren't always sufficiently warned about or against. People have literally lost their lives due to following very popular figures. There's more than one. And their practices. People who have millions of followers, my honeys, millions. People have died because of their practices. And then you have the awakened beings, the reincarnated masters, the aliens here in human form. But they're oh so negative. They are so focused on the darkness. And they're still emotionally unhealed themselves. No judgment in that statement. But it's palpably obvious that they are disasters in their personal lives. And yet they claim to know how to heal you and how to improve your experience. But they can't hold it together for themselves. And then lastly, the escapists. Those whose enlightenment has only come from substances. And there's regular use of the same. Now, I'm not referring to those of us who try something once for the experience. I mean, just permanently spaced out woo-woo of no practical use individuals who think they've found the way. Peace, man. Just be careful, is all I'm trying to say. Just be very, very careful, my honeys. Keep your wits about you. Keep your eyes open. Doubt and question. Feel into what you're taking in. And never, ever, ever give your personal power away to anyone or anything. The story of humanity thus far can be summarized as the story of the externalization of power, the conscious and unconscious giving away of our power. And what is needed now more than ever, in my opinion, is the return to personal power, which is why I've created my platform the way that I have. You should come away from any online exchange, any session, feeling more personally empowered, like you've received tools and guidance, feeling encouraged and able to do and be more in pragmatic and very real ways that you see actual practical results from. Intention matters. Personal energy matters. Choose your influences wisely. Guard your heart. Guard your mind. And know that though life isn't easy, truth is always really simple. It's plain, and it's obvious, and it's freeing. Much love. If you found this video valuable and you enjoyed it, I would really appreciate it if you give it a like. And please, share your impressions and your questions with me in the comments below. I love receiving your feedback. Please also consider becoming a subscriber. It's free and it helps this channel to grow and to reach more new viewers so that we can spread this light more and more. Activate the notification bell if you would like to be informed when I post new content. And all of my offerings are always listed in the description box below. I'm constantly working to add to the available menu. As always, embrace this message if it resonates and be ineffable, my honeys. Much love. Until the next one.